Yo, what's going on, guys? Estee McCrawly coming with another video. It's been a couple days since I've uploaded. I got a new team for you guys today. I was trying to do a team builder video, but I couldn't get the recording software to work properly. The audio would record just fine, but the video would always just get mixed up. So I apologize for that. I wanted to do one. I tried to get it to work, but I couldn't. So the new team I have is a Mega Tyranitar team. I love Tyranitar, to be honest. He's a really good Pokemon. He's a pseudo, and I've been playing Pokemon since the beginning, and I just remember Tyranitar was awesome from Gen 2. So that's the team. My team. You see 4 Pokemon here: Rotom Wash, Cresselia, Tyranitar, Excadrill. The other 2 Pokemon I have are Amoonguss, excuse me, and the other one is, what is the other one? Talonflame. Finally running Talonflame. Don't really like them that much. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you see I talk bad about Talonflame, but I feel like it goes well with this team. So it's not a Trick Room team. You see Cresselia. Cresselia has my Icy Wind, so that does the speed control. Tyranitar is pretty slow. Excadrill does have Sand Rush, so and he's Jolly Nature, Choice Band, so I made him so under the sand. He's gonna have He's gonna have 318 speed at level 50. Absolutely insane. Rotom Wash is there for Will-O-Wisp. I chose Cresselia as my speed control. It also has Rocky Helmet. It's there to deal with fighting type Pokemon. Rotom Wash is also there to burn these fighting type Pokemon, just because that's Tyranitar's biggest weakness and stuff. So there's a little bit about the team. You guys will see more as time goes on. The Talonflame and the Amoonguss aren't going to be used too much. They're mainly situational Pokemon, depending on my opponent's team. Like if my opponent has some grass-type Pokemon, that's what Talonflame's for, is just to take care of those grass-type Pokemon. Or if he has like a grass Pokemon and a fighting-type Pokemon, Talonflame's just there to kill some of these specific Pokemon. And Amoonguss also there for if my opponent has like a rain team and stuff like that, with a bunch of water-type Pokemon, or he's got a Trick Room team. You never know. So first battle was a Politoed, Jinx, Kangaskhan, Dragonite, Raichu, and Crobat. So the Jinx was interesting there. I didn't know what to expect from the Jinx. Luckily he didn't bring it. Politoed, a bit of a problem. The thing here is he doesn't really have anything. The only thing that he'd have that would take advantage of the rain would be a Thunder from the Raichu. So he doesn't have the typical Ludicolo or Swift Swim. So I was like, okay, so maybe it's not Drizzle. Maybe it doesn't have its hidden ability. I don't know, but this is my pretty standard set right here to be able to take care of my opponent's Pokemon. With the Dragonite, I'm like, okay, Cresselia can get some Icy Winds off and stuff, which would be nice. And I brought Rotom to be able to burn that Kangaskhan, since it's most likely going to have Low Kick or Power Up Punch. So let's go ahead and get started. I decided to lead with Rotom Cresselia, and my opponent leads with Kangaskhan Crobat. So this is actually a really good lead for me, because I can just go Icy Wind, Will-O-Wisp. My opponent switches out right here, which is really unfortunate. He must have been predicting it, or it was just a lead he wasn't expecting. So we do see the taunt from the Crobat, which is fine. This is why I like Icy Wind on Cresselia, because a lot of people are going to expect the Trick Room. But I'm actually carrying the Icy Wind, so it's just going to be a free Icy Wind. So another thing, just so you guys know, my Rotom is Choice Scarf. I carry Trick. Just trying it out. I just want to see how it works. Usually Rotom has Citrus Berry, but just wanted to see how interesting it would be to run Trick, to be able to lock some Pokemon into some moves. So here with Rotom, I switch out. I don't want to reveal. There's not really any point in burning this Crobat, so I switch out. I don't want to reveal the Choice Scarf. So we get the nice Sand Up, and we do see a Super Fang, which is in the Cresselia. Good play by my opponent, but he's going to take Rocky Helmet damage. And we're actually going to see a Volt Switch here, and that did a lot of damage to Tyranitar, and it was a crit. So, but it kind of shows that Raichu is a little more offensive than what I think, since I do gain the 50% special defense in the Sandstorm. So he's going to switch in his Politoed. What's really nice is I haven't Mega Evolved yet, so next turn I can Mega Evolve and just bring the sand back up. And I do get another Icy Wind off, which is going to be huge, because that means my Tyranitar is probably going to outspeed his Crobat. So this next turn, I'm just going to be able to Rock Slide and be able to take out the Crobat. So I Mega Evolve here to bring back up the Sand. And I mean, this thing has base 700 stats. So I mean, it's just a really strong Pokemon. Really high attack, really high defenses and stuff. So Politoed goes first. So I assume that he's probably or that means that he's Choice Scarfed, which is really good information to have. I do get another Icy Wind off. So it's some more. So I mean, this Crobat's just really slow now, but the Politoed is now at -2 speed, but it's got that Choice Scarf, so it could be a little interesting. But we do see the Crobat still outsped me, even though it was at -2 speed, and he gets the Tailwind up, which is a little problematic. But I do get the Rock Slide. I'm not too upset about missing on the Politoed because I just wanted to take out the Crobat. But it is unfortunate. That would have done probably close to half damage onto the Politoed, so it kind of sucks that we missed. But it is what it is. So that's going to be a free switch for my opponent, and he's going to decide to go back into Kangaskhan. So, which is a little problematic for me, since I do have Tyranitar on the field, and this thing might have the low kick. But so he's going to go ahead and make up. I decided not to switch. I just go straight for the Protect. I wanted to see if he'd go for a low kick or if any fighting type move. But he actually just goes straight for the Fake Out on the Cresselia. I was like, okay, not too big of a deal to me because now he's going to take double Rocky Helmet damage, and then he's going to take Sand damage at the end of the turn. So you see, he's already lost a sixth. Excuse me, I think if that would be a third of his health. It's 1/6 each time. So there, he's going to take some Sand damage. So this Kangaskhan's already pretty low. So I'm okay with that. The only problem here is Cresselia is also getting low. So, but I switch out my Tyranitar here. I'm expecting another Hydro Pump into that slot. And so I here I Protect with Cresselia, expecting some probably a return or a Double Edge in that slot. So we do see the Double Edge into Cresselia. And we do see the Hydro Pump in the Rotom. He does connect. And luckily I resist. I'm especially defensive, so I'm not going to take too much damage. And so here, it's a little. I'm thinking I could go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Kangaskhan, but he might switch back out into the Raichu, which would be a little bit of a problem. But I was like, well, at the same time, if he switches out, then my Cresselia is going to live, and I'm going to be able to get an Icy Wind off on the Raichu and onto the Politoed. But then he actually makes a good play here. He goes for the Hydro Pump onto Cresselia. He connects. A little bit of a risky play. But, I mean, at the same time, he's locked in the Hydro Pump because he's Choice Scarfed. But I guess I could have made a better read and gone for... Actually, but I was going to say, I could have made a better read and gone for the Thunderbolt. But if I went for the Thunderbolt, this Raichu most likely has Lightning Rod. So I actually saved myself a little bit because now he doesn't get the special attack boost. So here I bring in Excadrill. And I'm like, okay, well, the Sand's up. I just go for a quick Thunderbolt, or excuse me, a quick Earthquake, and he's screwed. But I forget that Raichu carries Fake Out, a big misplay on my part, and he connects again. I mean, he's gotten pretty lucky here. That's his third Hydro Pump that he's connected. So a big mistake on my part. And I went for the Will-O-Wisp into the Raichu because I was like, well, if he switches out Raichu and back into Kangaskhan, then I get a burn on the Kangaskhan and it's going to be rendered useless. So that's why I went for that. Not to mention I'm Scarfed anyways, but that's why I went for it into the Raichu slot instead of the Politoed. So he's going to pull out Politoed and bring in Kangaskhan. But I guess you could say, luckily, I'm locked into the Will-O-Wisp here. So I did go for Will-O-Wisp into Politoed slot, and I get nuzzled here. So luckily I do connect with the Will-O-Wisp. And we're going to burn the Kangaskhan, so now it's going to lose a big part of its offensive presence. And so here I miss, again, part of the Rock Slide on the Raichu. Really unfortunate, to be honest. After Sand and the burn, it most likely would have knocked the Raichu out. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So he's actually taking quite a bit of damage. So this next turn, the Kangaskhan is going to go down regardless. Here I try and Protect, but he has 25% paralysis. Luckily there, I actually dodged something of his. But so I was thinking maybe he switch out Kangaskhan, but he does have Power Up Punch, so that's going to be enough to knock out the Tyranitar. So that really sucks that he had to, or I had to, or that I got paralyzed and I wasn't able to get the Protect off. If I got it off, things would have played out a little bit differently, because next turn, when the Politoed comes in, he would have had to risk a Hydro Pump miss, but he's actually running low on Hydro Pump PPs as well, so he actually might struggle, and if he went for the Ice Beam, he probably wouldn't take me out. So, unfortunate, but I mean, my opponent did go for the Nuzzle, so he did paralyze me. Wasn't a flinch or anything. So now we're going to see the Politoed come back in, and at this point it's pretty much game over, since there's not much Rotom's going to be able to do. So he's going to go for the Ice Beam because he's running out of PPs on Hydro Pump. So it's really unfortunate he gets a Thunder. If my Rock Slide connected, well, you could say if one of my Rock Slides connected with the Raichu, I missed it. That Thunder right there wouldn't have happened. So it would have turned into a stall game if he had enough, or if he could have hit me with Ice Beam fast enough to knock me out before the burn took him out. And even if I connected my my Rock Slide onto the Politoed, I would have, or he might have been knocked out instead. So there was a lot of RNG in that game. He connected all of his Hydro Pumps. It was only 3, I believe, but sometimes they miss. You got the 1 in 4 chance of paralyzing me, and that was a game-changing paralysis. Because if he didn't, or if I wasn't paralyzed, the Kangaskhan would have been knocked out. Tyranitar still would have been on the field, so he would have been forced to either double target down my Tyranitar or go for a Hydro Pump in the Tyranitar and possibly run out of PP for Hydro Pump and have to struggle against my Rotom. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. So, no excuses. I'm just happy with how I played that. I did make some mistakes. Like, I lost Excadrill to a new play. So, that's my own fault. If I played that better, I would have won. I made some mistakes. It still was a close game. RNG won it from my opponent. It happens to me. It happens to other people. So, no complaints here. I was just happy with how I played that one out. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next battle. My opponent had a team of Greninja, Arcanine, Pachirisu, Vaporeon, Noivern, and Aerodactyl. So a lot of less common Pokemon here. Pachirisu is an interesting one. It won the World Championships, and I believe it was 2014. It's a really good support Pokemon. It gets access to Follow Me, gets access to Nuzzle, gets access to Super Fang. I believe it gets access to Helping Hand. I mean, it's just a really good support Pokemon in general. Something you got to look out for. So my Cresselia carries Safeguard because I don't want Tyranitar to get burned. My team has a very big status weakness, I guess you could call it. So that's what Cresselia is there. Or I have that move Safeguard for that reason. So here, looking in the team preview, my Tyranitar actually has really good coverage for all these Pokemon. You've got Superpower for Greninja, Rock Slide for Noivern, Rock Slide for Arcanine. My Excadrill also has really good coverage here. He's got Iron Head for the Aerodactyl. He's got Earthquake for Pachirisu and Arcanine. He's got X-Scissor to take care of the Greninja if it's dark. I mean, we just got a whole bunch of coverage here. So I bring the same 4 Pokemon, like I said. Talonflame wouldn't be able to do anything here. He actually can't even hit anything on my opponent's team for super effective damage. Amoonguss here, I mean, he has 2 flying types. He's got Greninja, which is going to carry Ice Beam, and it would be Stab, and he's got Arcanine, so just a bunch of weaknesses there. So no point in bringing those 2 Pokemon. So we're going to go ahead and get this next battle started. So I go with the same lead, Rotom Cresselia, which isn't the best lead. Like, my ideal lead would be Tyranitar Cresselia, but with what he had, Rotom had really good coverage. So here I kind of make a mistake. I was like, okay, he's probably going to go for Dark Pulse there, but I'm going to go for a Trick on the Greninja But I actually didn't consider the double target until after. I was like, actually, oh, he might actually double target. The protect there would have been better. I went for a greedy icy wind. So Greninja's going to have the choice scarf when I pick up the life orb. And Cresselia flinches, which sucks, but it is what it is. No complaints. So I bring in Tyranitar because if he goes for an Air Slash Dark Pulse, I'm going to take very little damage since they're special attacks. I resist them and I get the the Sand boost. So we do see the Dark Pulse there. We take very little damage even though it was a crit. And we also see the Dragon Pulse, but that's going to be going in to the Rotom slot. And I just go straight for the Thunderbolt, and he misses, and I was like, what? I miss? So I was like, wait, is he holding Bright Powder or something? It's going to be really... he's hit me with the cheese. So he's going to withdraw Greninja. So in this situation, I could have gone for a Superpower into that slot, but I was like, Greninja's not doing anything at this point. He's good for his Protean coverage, where he can get stab coverage all the time, but he's not going to be able to hit any of my two Pokemon out. So I was like, I'm not going to worry about it. So I was like, with Tyranitar, I could have gone for the Superpower and knocked it out, but it just would have been a free switch for my opponent. So I ended up going for a Rock Slide. He goes for the Air Slash. I'm actually surprised he didn't... Well, I guess he was just hoping for a flinch, but here I trick. I'm like, show me what item you have. Let me see it. So I do give him the Life Orb, but it's not that big of a deal. And we do see he was carrying the Wax Incense, which lowered my accuracy by 10%. So I was like, okay, let's see if I can get the 10%. So the Rock Slide there was really big. If he didn't Intimidate me, that probably would have been a double knockout, actually. So a good Intimidate by my opponent. But in the end, it's still tons of damage. Mega Tyranitar is really, really strong. So here I Protect. I was like, okay, I don't want a Will-O-Wisp. This thing also gets access to Close Combat. So we do see he actually went for the double target there. Luckily, I do Protect against the Close Combat. I just go for the safe Thunderbolt. No point in going for a Hydro Pump. This thing is gone anyways. So avoided that fiasco. Good Protect. Good thing I realized that there was a possibility there. No noob moves. So now he's going to bring back in Greninja. So we're going to see what move he decides to lock himself into. I actually end up switching out. I'm expecting a Scald, and I'm like, Cresselia's not really doing anything at this point. I have Excadrill on the back, so I can take advantage of the sand, and I'm going to be able to outspeed everything anyway. So we do see the Scald. Cresselia didn't do anything, thanks to me. I didn't play it correctly. And we do see the Dragon Pulse. He does connect. So I didn't attack if you guys are gonna see something cool. I gave him the Life Orb, so I was like, okay, well if he attacks, he's gone, and then he's gonna take Life Orb Recoil, and he's gonna take Sand Recoil, so he's going down. So I kind of played that pretty well, as just sweating that thing go down. So his last Pokemon is Pachirisu, but it's more of a support Pokemon. He should have brought that thing in earlier. So what's unfortunate is this will be the last turn of Sand, and he's carrying the Air Balloon, which isn't that big of a deal. I didn't want to go for the Earthquake, well, obviously, because I didn't want to knock out my Tyranitar, but I was like, I just can single target down this Greninja, because this Pachirisu, you're going to see, it has Super Fang, and it most likely has Nuzzle as its other ability, or its other move, so, like, attacking move. So if I can knock out the Greninja, he's not going to have the offense to take me out. So I just went for the X Scissor, which would hit him for neutral damage. I also have Rock Slide, but I didn't want to risk a miss. Not to mention, X Scissor was a little bit stronger. So we do see he has Nuzzle. He's going to pick up the Paralysis. And I'm banded, so I'm locked in the X Scissor, but it's not that big of a deal. And I don't get paralyzed, and I get the Crunch off. So that's going to be a win. This one was a lot better than the other one. That Pachirisu should have come in a lot sooner. Unfortunately for my opponent, his Arcanine didn't last much either. I mean, the trick completely crippled that Greninja. I love either encoring or tricking a Greninja, or skill swapping it. So no Mega Evolution from my opponent either, which was a little interesting. It might have been a Mega Aerodactyl that he decided not to bring. So I don't know what to say. I say this about all my teams, but I really like Mega Tyranitar. Really, really strong. You don't really have to invest in his special defense because of the sand. The sand boosts the special defense of rock type Pokemon by 50%. So that's kind of what the burn is for as well. I don't have an Intimidate, but I do have Rotom Wash with Will-O-Wisp, so that in case my opponent. I was considering putting on like Reflect or Mirror. Wait, what's the other one? Light Screen. Excuse me. To deal with that kind of stuff, but I was like, I'll just leave it at this. Mega Tyranitar is really strong, base 700 stats. So I'll be bringing some more battles to you guys. I'll also be working on a singles team with it focused around a new Mega. So I know I've been saying that, but I'm actually going to do it this week. I'm a little bit more motivated. So, and I probably won't be doing a team builder video because, like I said, I haven't been able to get I've been having problems with the software. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.